Have you ever wondered why some people love Choki Pardede while the others hate him so much?
Apa ini, Cok? Apa ini, bangsat?
And the same phenomena also appears in many different persons, especially the public figure. If you realize, the same phenomena also appear on Bintang Emon, a comedian that hates safer material than Choki Muslim. Some people supported him when he did the satire to PSSI on Deddy Corbuzier Somasi event. And some people hated him the most because of the same statement.
Perasaan gue yang pertama, kenapa polisi bisa jadi ketua PSSI ya? Nggak ada yang masalah sih, nggak salah juga. Misalnya sebelumnya juga ada tentara jadi ketua PSSI, mimpin pemain bola tuh ya nggak apa-apa, nggak ada yang salah juga. Cuma kalau pakai logika yang sama, harusnya Ismet Sopyan juga bisa jadi Kapolri dong.
And if you realize that similarity, then you need to know about one of the most important part in the art of the communication that affected the people to trigger this kind of phenomena: emotion. In brief, communication is talking about how you deliver the message. No one in this world doesn't need communication. Blind people, deaf people, or even music people also needs communication. Engineer, politician, nurse, or even a comedian is also a communicator, and of course, they need the art of communication to deliver the message. And from the narrative above, we specifically see that the comedian is our example in this video. The communicator, as stated above, needs to deliver the message, the jokes, and something that is related with it are also a part of the message, because it contains idea or information, or even an opinion to the audience. And not only jokes, political propaganda, news, songs, or even visual things such as novel, graphic design, movies, or even a stage can be a part of the message, or even the media to deliver the message that contain it. And this message needs to be delivered accurately, because no matter how good you are in arranging the word, the rhymes, or even the visual effect, if the message cannot be delivered accurately, then it flops. So, why you need to deliver it accurately? Because the message is sometimes very subliminal. For example, the jokes. Jokes are very subliminal. Sometimes people need to have the connection, the relation, or even the feelings to understand some message that is delivered in jokes. And this factor can also become a backlash if you don't pay attention into it. And that's why emotion is taking part in it. A very important part in delivering a message. The emotion important role can be seen perfectly in jokes. Jokes will become funny if you understand the context of it. And that's why, from the very beginning, we need to see and understand perfectly who our listener is. And although we already decide who our listener are and we already know who they are, we also need to deliver the message perfectly. For example, Indonesian inside joke about "Yo udah tahu, tanya kau tanya saya"
Nggak tahu, tanya yang mau tanya saya.
will never become funny to an American. And the same thing also happened when the American make jokes about Biden to the Indonesian. The reason why Yunda tahu, tanya kau tanya saya jokes have become so funny for us Indonesian is because we have the emotion that relates to Pak Jokowi. But in the other hand, we don't know the context, the emotion, and the relation about the Biden jokes. And emotion plays important role, usually when a politician in a political campaign needs to take the sympathy of the people. Because the politician needs to take the sympathy of the people, and no doubt, they need emotion in delivering their message, in delivering their campaign. That's why, verbally or non-verbally, politicians will be framed themselves as a good listener for the people. This is important, because once the people are attached with the emotion, every single message that the politician wants to deliver will be accepted easier. And by the same reasoning, apply also to the movie, song, or even a story. That's why a broken-hearted person will tend to listen to the sad song rather than a happy song, because these sad people are emotionally related with the sad song, not the happy theme song. And why people also tend to have a conversation with a person that has the same background or at least the same interest with them. Because they will have the same topic that both of them related into it. And by knowing this important part of the communication, then we can jump to implement it into our presentation or even public communication. To take the attention from the people, we need to make a narrative that makes them related emotionally with our topic. A more specific emotion, the better it is. But you also need to know that if your listener comes from many different backgrounds, you need to take a narrative or a topic that is more general. And this same method applies to Korean drama. The reason why K-drama is more acceptable in many different places in the world is because it plays on the people emotion. Even though the people are related with the Korean culture, such as Hangul or everything like that, the emotion that is made by the producer makes the people relate with K-drama. Because the general topics such as love triangle, political incident, corruption, or even planned crime are common topic in this world. In many different places, it's happened. And by implementing those topics, covered with the good role play of the actor and also the good advertisement, then K-drama is accepted in many different cultures in the world. And there's also some other implementation that you might not ever realize. The emotion takes part in the art of the communication, especially in the religion, culture, and ideology. Because religion, culture, and ideology is just another way to deliver the message. Some philosophical message, some peace message, and of course, some political message can be delivered by using the religion, culture, and ideology. And of course, to deliver the message, they need to play with people's emotion, right? And that's why some racial, ideological, and religious issues are driven mostly because of the emotion and not by logical reasoning. Because in fact, the message that try to be delivered by the religion, culture, and ideology mostly using the emotion. And in fact, those things are also the art of communication and that not delivered by logical reasoning. And maybe you know why Sukarno had a very charismatic speech that people in this age also still know about Sukarno's speech. Because Sukarno, in every speech that he did, he inputted the emotion in it. And that's why if we saw Sukarno's speech today, we still can feel that kind of charisma. Because we are still related to Sukarno and we are still related to Indonesia. Seems logical, right? In this case, the emotion once again becomes the most important part of the communication. And then, so from all the explanation before, we could take several points that we need to summarize. First thing first, emotion is taking part in the most important part in delivering the message. No matter what media it is, speech, movie, drama, jokes, or even culture, emotion still taking part in it. And second, by implementing this specific emotion into the message delivery, specific people, in this case the listener, will easily relate to the point of the message. And that is our goal, isn't it? In communication, we try to deliver the message. And to deliver the message, we need to make them related to the message. And then, third, by making people relate with the points of the message that we want to deliver will be more acceptable. Then it will prevent the people from misunderstanding the message. And that's why Choky Pardede sometimes is not accepted as good as Bintang Emon. Because Choky Pardede sometimes doesn't want people to be related with their message. Yeah, this is a backlash from Choky Pardede, of course. And especially when we are talking about some sensitive things such as culture, religion, or even governmental issue, emotion and also the listener needs to be considered. And lastly, this is the most important thing. To make sure that you can deliver a message emotionally related with the listener, you need to be more sympathetic and have more research on your audience before you deliver the message. Because how you could be related with them, how could you relate with the audience if you never try to put yourself in their shoes? And that's all from me. If you have something that's to be delivered, please contact me. And don't forget that emotion is taking the most important part in delivering message. Thank you.